I want to talk about some different stuff of why, I like my Google Pixel. First of all,
Boo. I'm just kidding.
first of all, when it says, "Hey, suspected to be spam," I have an AI assistant because I did
Wait,
to
like a text or a call or both?
both. When it's a call, it will say, "Hey, this may be spam." I can have the AI say, "Hey, I'm answering the phone for so and so. What do you need?" And a lot of times, the spam people will hang up.
What?
If it's somebody else, I can see the live transcription of what they're saying,
If
and
their
I
message.
if I want to pick up and talk to them or not. So it's been doing that. Google had that functionality for like the last couple of years now in these phones, but
Does it do that AI message if like can you set it up for someone that's unknown or for all calls, or like how do you set that up, configure it?
it's automatically kind of implemented, and you can choose to turn it on or off.
Gotcha. But that would still be if they're leaving a voicemail though, right?
Um,
Or is
and
it
not even
answering the
it's
phone?
literally talking to them. So let's if you called me
Yeah.
and I didn't want to answer, I can use my AI to talk to you live. And if you say, "Hey, I gotta tell you something important," I can answer, and it's gonna say, "Okay, he's joined the
So are you
call."
texting?
No, it's prompts.
Gotcha. And you just click it.
Yeah.
Wow. I ain't gonna hate on that. That's kind of cool. A little bit.
Let me see. Let me close this out. So Google takes the battle to scammers with the new groundbreaking feature for Android and Pixel phones. Let me see if it'll let me make this picture big. I don't feel like doing it. But anyway, it also got this functionality where if you are texting somebody who's maybe a scammer, it will say this is most likely a scam, and you can block them and put them in the spam category and report the number.
I want to know more about what does reporting a message, and I could probably look it up, do for an iPhone, because I reported a thread and then 10 minutes later I got another message from the same number. So like
It's probably a queue. Like I know, like
I'm fed up. Take me off the list,
hey,
Lord.
listen. First of all, you know how many people the scammers almost got was saying, "Hey, you got to pay your toll bill."
With the pictures that they were
Oh, they were
sending.
sending people
They were
pictures.
sending pictures. They were sending like it wasn't even coming to you as a picture that you had to open. It was already like, you know how you just would regular send somebody a picture.
Hmm.
It was coming through that same way, but it looked extremely janky. It looked like AI made the picture type of situation.
Today's video is sponsored by Aura, and it's a really important time to be talking about them because hackers may have stolen the social security numbers of every American. Over 2.9 billion records were stolen from the National Public Data, which provides personal information to employers and others doing background checks. These stolen records include a person's full name, address, date of birth, phone number, and most importantly, social security number. And members of the hacker group have reportedly released this information for free online. Now, this could be incredibly dangerous to you because people can open up all different type of things in your name and you won't even know it. If you weren't taking precautions with your personal information online before this, then this should be a huge wake-up call. You've never been more vulnerable online than you are right now. But I'm not too worried about that because I use Aura. Aura monitors your personal data, including your social security number, across billions of data points like the dark web and public court records to detect and alert you to potential identity theft. They give you up to $5 million in identity theft insurance should the worst case scenario happen. They also provide a bunch of other features to keep you safe online, all inside one app. You can go to my link right now, aura.com/textual chatter, to try 14 days for free. That'll be enough time for Aura to find out if any of your personal data is exposed. I highly recommend you do this right now because not only is the National Public Data not going to do anything to help you, they probably aren't even going to face any repercussions for this leak. I'm not leaving myself and my family vulnerable to data breaches. If you don't want either, you can go to aura.com/textual chatter to try 2 weeks for free. Now back to the video.
I'm gonna leave here with something. Google gave us a nice surprise today by announcing the rollout of two new features designed to catch scams that unfold during phone calls and texts. Not just at the start, these tools use AI to look for red flags as you're talking or texting, which is important because scammers are getting better at tricking people over time. Now, this is an AI feature that is truly helpful and we can all get behind, which I kind of already explained at a high level. Previously thought perhaps delayed, the scam detection features were initially previewed at Google I/O last year, leaving both attendees and those watching at home in all of this potential. We have all witnessed how aggressive scammers are getting these days, constantly coming up with new ways to take advantage of unsuspecting victims. They might pretend to be from a company you trust or trick you into sharing personal details, often resulting in emptying your bank account or stealing your identity. To fight this, Google teamed up with banks to learn about the latest tricks the scammers use. They found that many scams now happen through conversations where people are slowly manipulated. So they built AI that can watch what's happening and warn you if things get suspicious. And that is the key, even when it comes to working in the corporate environment. If the if they're legitimate, they can over time just start talking to you. And if you're replying back, they're not sending nothing just yet. Their way in is going to figure out, okay, what do you do at the company?
Is this like a ping?
They email you.
Oh, okay.
And they may be trying to say, okay, let's see what they got on their signature. So your signature is going to tell your title. So a lot of times they're trying to figure out who controls money and payments. And so when they find that out, they'll find a way how they can take over somebody's identity, preferably that person. They will set up a typo squatted domain. Well, so where it looks just like the domain, and they will hijack the conversation. So you'll think you're still emailing the person. So it is important on the mail administrators to make sure they have external and all those different things.
Easy to set up. And most all companies have that capability for you to set that up. And a lot of them have like the ability to notify you, like this is your first time communicating with this person, or it'll say something like this looks like someone you may have communicated with in the past, but it's not them.
Yeah.
So it's still giving you some of those tips to make sure that you are being cautious before you're interacting.
And like some of the tools, like a proof point, for example, has like of course the regular proof point, but then it has this functionality called a proof point tap, where it's just using this AI machine learning to determine if something is a threat or not. And so it may say this is an unfamiliar sender.
Oh, yep.
And so it'll do something like that and check it on the back end. But sometimes it doesn't catch it. So in this case, they would take over the conversation and say, "Yeah, I'm the." Well,
AI will take over.
No, not the AI. Well, I'm just talking about what the attackers do.
Okay.
Let's say, for instance, you work for Baskin and Robbins, and you normally talk to Jimmy for whatever y'all got to do for promotion. Well, hacker B is over there, and he's already compromised Jimmy. So he's impersonating Jimmy and looking at what y'all been talking about. Now he's made a fake email that looks like Jimmy's, jumped in the conversation talking back and forth to you, and now he's going to potentially try to get you, oh yeah, hey, change the stuff to this. But that's also be a process thing. Before any changes should be made to any type of account, it should go to the higher ups, and so they can call somebody, say, hey, did you guys want us to change the account to this? And then that's how you can do it. So you always got to trust but verify. But back to this article real quick. For text messages, if the AI sees something fishy in your text, it'll pop up a warning. You can then choose to ignore it or report the scammer. This works automatically for text from people not in your contacts. However, it's designed to keep your private messages private, with the AI doing its work right on your phone. This will work for SMS, MMS, and RCS messages alike, and will be turned on by default in the Google Messages app. However, it can be disabled by turning off spam protection, which scam detection is part of. The feature will launch first in English, US, UK, and Canada. However, Google says it will be expanding to more countries soon. Let me see if that's the end of that. But yeah, I don't know if they can see that, but it's probably real small, but it says likely scam right there. The same idea applies to phone calls. If someone tries to get you to give them a gift card or act strangely, the AI will alert you with sounds and a message on your screen. This feature is optional as phone calls are more personal. Again, everything happens on your phone, so conversations stay private. The feature was tested during a limited beta using Gemini Nano on Pixel 9 devices, which Google says has been a success. Now Google is expanding this beta to include all English-speaking Pixel 9 and newer users in the US.